Welcome to Title Talk with your host, Drew Wishover, entrepreneur, a published author, and owner of Inspired Title Group, along with his co-host and CEO, Amy Maley. Each week, they offer you some laughs, industry terminology, tips and strategies, along with the occasional real estate professional to help educate you as it pertains to buying, selling, or just plain old homeownership. Thanks for spending time with them. Now, let's jump into today's episode of Title Talk.
Good morning, everybody. What did you walk in today?
Trying something new.
We're going to go ahead and do something new. Welcome to
What?
You guys are just like,
Thursday edition of Title Talk. Merry Christmas, everybody.
It's Christmas? I couldn't tell by the outfit.
No, this does not equate to being Christmas. This is about as Christmassy as one can get. And you've got some bobbling things going on.
Got a doodle bopper. Got
Yeah,
my pug lights. We're good.
We're bringing it in. We're bringing in Christmas.
We are.
With some holiday cheer here today. Thank you guys for tuning in.
What's your name?
Well, I'm going to get there.
Oh, sorry.
I just wanted to welcome everybody to Title Talk. We're your fun team from Inspired Title. My name is Drew. Yes.
My name is Amy.
And we are the title company that cares. So we thank you guys for joining us on a holiday edition of Title Talk. Today's episode, we're going to talk about some holiday traditions. We're going to do some motivation and your
Positive vibes.
We're going to introduce you to our newest team member. We're going to have some time to interview and chat with him, and wrap up this little segment with some things that we're going to be planning and doing for next year. So why don't we start off with what we always do? Today's fun facts.
Today's fun facts. I'm going to go with today is National What Day?
National what day?
What?
Why did your
I don't
voice go
know.
up? That was
It
very
felt right. It was very high. I'm gonna start with the one that I can't say.
Okay.
National Pfeffernuss Day.
Pfeffernuss. Very good. You said it well.
Thank you. So Pfeffernuss
You can't pluralize Pfeffernuss.
They are fluffy cookies made with ground nuts and spices and covered in powdered sugar. I think this started in Germany, and I also know the Dutch have some kind of form of it. So if you are looking
Pfeffernuss.
if you're looking for a new recipe for some Christmas cookies, Pfeffernuss is.
Where do you think you'll find a Pfeffernuss?
Well, you make them.
Okay. You can make them.
Or the German Fest downtown.
Heads up.
I did not do that.
We've got a light down. Wow.
Honestly, I'd rather it was the light than
That's
that board falling on me.
outstanding. Okay. Well, see, when you say Pfeffernuss too many times, weird things happen.
Okay, so I'm gonna move on. I'm taking that as my sign to move on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It is also National Roots Day. Like your background,
Yeah.
like where you came from.
Yeah.
So I went through my ancestry because I'm pretty obsessed with this because it's been a it's that thing that's not really true but you want people to think
Myth.
it's a myth. Thank you. It's been a myth that I am Native American, which ancestry proved wrong.
Oh, really?
I am not Native American.
At all?
No. I am, however, 38% German.
Okay.
I didn't even know
And you couldn't say Pfeffernuss. That's crazy.
Germanic Europe. So
Yeah.
28% Eastern European and Russian,
Okay.
which I'm not. I'm a mutt. I am 18% Sweden and Denmark area.
Swedish. Okay.
I said the area.
Okay, good.
9% Scotland, 6% European Jewish, 4% Ireland, 3% England and Northwestern Europe, and 1% Italy. I am a European mutt.
Yeah. What did you used to tell people when you were younger that you were?
Polish,
Okay.
Lithuanian,
And you're not?
Native American? No. Well, I'm Polish. Polish is part of the Eastern European.
Okay.
But it's very strange because
Yeah.
so, like the stuff you think you grew up knowing and learning and thinking about was actually not.
Did your parents do the ancestry as well?
They did.
What did they find of themselves?
So I found the crazy thing is my dad actually had roots of like European settlers in America, like way back before a lot of people did.
Nice.
So that is where like the myth came from, you know, some kind of a Black Native American thing in there.
We are on it. That was a holiday gift that we shared with our family last year. So we have the kits to go do, but with the whole COVID thing, we just
Do it. It is a very,
I'm
very
interested.
cool.
I'm interested to find out.
It is a very
That's
cool
fun.
thing.
Nice.
It's also National Regifting Day.
Oh boy.
Have you ever regifted?
Yes. I can't lie there. Yes. Yes. I definitely. Yes.
I don't need any more.
Yeah.
I'm not putting you on blast because I
As
regifted
a matter
before.
of fact, all your guys' holiday gifts this year were regifted. Just kidding. Go ahead. Wait, Brittany's like, who wore that? That would be freaky, wouldn't it? Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Were you a Seinfeld fan?
Oh.
Did you watch it back in the day?
Oh, Festivus for the
Yes!
Festivus.
And
Yes.
so today is Festivus Day.
Today's Festivus?
Today
Where's
is...
the poll?
Look behind your head.
There's a poll! Look at that!
Today is Festivus Day.
Oh.
My brother and I used to watch
Love
Seinfeld all the time, so I had to throw a little shout out to it being
That's
Festivus
awesome.
Day. So there are your fun facts for the day, friends.
Nice. Nice. Fun facts from me. So if you go ahead and sing the 12 Days of Christmas, count all the number of gifts in those 12 days of Christmas, it equals 364. Almost one gift for every day of the year.
Wow.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Props on that
Absolutely.
one.
Absolutely. What do you think the top 3 places in the U.S. are to celebrate the holidays?
Top 3 places in the U.S. to celebrate holidays.
Specifically New Year's Eve.
New York?
Bingo. Yep.
Chicago?
No.
Really?
Really.
Somewhere warm?
Disney
Disney? Okay.
and Vegas.
Okay. I'm surprised because I always thought Chicago was like kind of on that. Yeah, New York. Okay,
Yeah,
I
New
can
York
see
City,
it.
they've got the ball drop in
Yeah,
place,
yeah.
you know. Vegas, they do it up pretty crazy, and then
Have
Disney.
you ever been to Vegas for New Year's?
I've not.
I haven't
No,
either.
I've not.
Interesting.
Nope, not at
I
all.
usually go to like Lake Geneva or something.
So, here's another weird one. In order for Santa to deliver presents to every home,
Please tell me you're gonna say how fast he has to go.
yes, 4,921 miles an hour. Because there's over 500 million homes. He's got to travel 5 million miles an hour to drop these gifts off.
Well,
That's ripping.
he's magical.
No, I'm not saying he's not, because Rudolph's the bomb. I mean,
Like for sure.
I understand why these reindeers resting. I mean, 4,900,000 miles an hour.
That's insanity to think about.
Yeah, pretty crazy,
That's
right?
pretty fast.
Yeah.
Faster than I
So-
can run.
There you have some holiday fun facts.
Cool.
Use them at your weekend Christmas parties. Bring them.
Almost 5 million miles an hour.
Yeah,
That is
pretty nuts.
fantastic.
Pretty
I'm gonna
nuts.
use that one. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Stuff to
indeed.
talk about with the family.
Absolutely. So let's moving to.
I don't want a new football.
Yes. Did I win last week? I think I did.
When's the last time you've lost? Is the
I
real
know.
question.
I know. I'm doing pretty okay this year. So let's do our picks. There's a lot of games, especially with COVID going on. They've got games going on Mondays and Tuesdays now.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy right now.
It's been absolutely nuts. So
All right,
we got
so
Saturday games and Sunday games. Go
We are
ahead.
supposedly starting today with 49ers Titans.
This will be a good game.
I think it's gonna be a great game.
am. Is it playing at the Titan?
It's at Titan.
I think I'm going to play the Titan.
I think I might go 49ers.
Okay.
That's kind of where I'm leaning right now.
All right.
Browns Packers.
The Packers.
Colts Cardinals.
Ooh, that's going to be a good game.
I
too.
think that's going to be another good game.
Cardinals are not going to lose again. They lost to the Lions last week.
Yeah,
That's
there's
terrible.
Cardinals are coming in with a vengeance.
Yes.
Giants Eagles.
Eagles,
Yep. Rams Vikings.
Ram,
Me too. Bills Patriots.
the Bills.
All right, I think I might go Patriots on that one.
Oh, all right, a little different. Nice.
We'll see. That's what I'm feeling right now. Bucks Panthers.
Tampa Bay.
They lost to the Saints. I don't think they're gonna do a
they're
back-to-back
angry.
lose. All I see is the shadow of this star moving when I'm
Yep.
trying to write. Jags Jets.
This
This is gonna be one of the most brutal games of
Yeah,
the
this will
league.
be boring.
Jags you're going with just for Joe, right?
Yeah,
For
just
Joey Jags.
Joe.
I think I'm thinking Jets currently.
Okay, all right.
Interesting. Lions Falcons. This
Ooh,
is gonna be another game.
Yeah.
No offense to all you.
Yeah.
I will put this on the side. To all of you Jags and Jets fans and all of you Lions and Falcons fans, I am not being rude. I promise.
Atlanta. I'll take Atlanta.
I am too, but I don't like Matt Ryan.
Oh.
He's on my fantasy team
Oh.
as my backup, thankfully. Chargers versus
Ooh, wow.
Chargers versus Texans.
Charger.
Yep. Ravens. We hope Chargers
Lamar.
have a huge day. What?
Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are playing who?
No, I was going back to Chargers.
Ooh.
I need Herbie and Allen to have a big day.
Okay.
Ravens versus Bengals.
Braves.
Another different one. Is Jackson playing?
I'm hoping yes.
Okay. Bears Seahawks.
Hawks.
Steelers Chiefs.
Chief.
Yes. Broncos Raiders.
Bronco.
We have a lot different this week.
Good.
It's either going to be really good or really bad for me. Washington versus Cowboys.
Boys.
Yes. And Dolphins versus Saints.
Saint.
Yeah. I think it'll be a pretty decent game, but I think the Saints are going to pull it out.
Yeah.
Cool.
There we
So
go.
we'll
Stay
come
tuned.
back next week for the last rendition of 2021 football where I will lose again. Sorry, it's been hard.
Been rough.
It's
yeah, it has
been
rough.
hard for me.
Stay
this
tuned
year.
for next week to see how we did, and take those picks and put them in your lineups. And good luck to you guys. Moving now.
to Christmas traditions.
Christmas traditions.
It's Christmas time. So Brittany came up with the idea that we should kind of talk to you guys a little bit about what we do on Christmas and how we spend our Christmas time.
Very good. Very good. What do you do?
What do you do? One of the things my mom and I have been doing for the last handful of years, probably close to a decade, is making those Oreo balls.
Oh,
those
that's
snowballs.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
And from like the first batch that we've ever made to now, I think the time has been cut in a third,
Oh,
and they look 700 times better than they did. So it's always been our little thing where we make Christmas cookies and kind of carve out some Mom and Amy time where we get to work on some Christmas.
That's fun.
It is. I love
That's
it.
awesome.
I love traditions. Yes.
What else you got?
Well, do you want to share one, and then
Sure.
I'll go? Yeah, let's
Okay, all right.
I'll lead a little bit.
So my one of the things that we do for Christmas, and as well as many of the other holidays, but Christmas for sure, is we do this orange Jello that is very famous in our family. My grandmother did it. It's
I was gonna say there has to be a story. What's
it's
the?
literally it is so tasty. It is orange Jello mixed with tapioca, mixed with whipped cream, and then mandarin oranges. It is
Oh.
so good. It's this
That
fluffy.
sounds really like it sounds pretty delicious.
It's the best. We just don't do. Now there's been some buzz going around here where I think my brother and his wife Carol and my mom. I think we're going to do a little competition here next year to see who makes the best orange Jello,
Oh,
because there's a key to it. You got it.
there has to
you
be.
put it in the fridge, and you don't let it solidify all the way before you mix in the other things.
Because then it'll run down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the.
So it's got to get
Oh.
solid, but not if it's all the way solid. Yeah, no.
You are so competitive. You're gonna like cut a hole in the door of your fridge and
It's-
put a glass in there so you can
yeah.
watch it solidify.
I'll just prop a chair up
Yeah.
there. Yeah. So there have been other folks in the family who've tried to make it, and it has been like really watery and runny.
Interesting.
And then there's the other side who's made it, and it's kind of So
Very cool.
we've all done it really well. So now we're trying to kind of
Do a taste
to
test
see where
and
it's
just-
at.
Does this go
Absolutely.
back to when you were a kid?
Yeah, oh yeah. We would always, my brother and I would always look for the orange Jello. If we were sitting at a Christmas dinner table and you'd go, "Where's the Jello?"
So where did it come from, though? I'm just interested.
Yeah, no, my grandmother started making it, and my grandmother, she was just one of the best cooks out there, and like the different treats and sweets that she made, other than cookies, the traditional cookies
Yeah.
that grandparents make. She used to make like apple slices that were like it was a coffee cake. I mean, oh
I'm
my
getting
gosh.
real hungry. We
Yeah,
need to stop.
these, amazing.
How cool is
amazing
that?
cook.
That is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a really fun one. The one that it's a newer tradition. Well, we've always been going to my grandma Cookie's house for Christmas. It's always been our thing.
Mhm.
We started doing white elephants a couple
Yep.
years ago, which I think it's been a bigger thing recently than it used to be in the past. But seeing what the crap that people wrap up and give to other people is just freaking hysterical. And there's always, for some reason, like we do it where you can steal. So there's
Yeah.
always that one present that gets stolen 700 times that ends up being like the crappiest one ever, but for some reason everybody wants it. So
And that's exactly that's we do a Christmas grab bag the same
Yeah.
way. It's not a white elephant though. We put a $20 limit on it, and it's amazing what kind of crap you can buy for $20.
dude, it's
But it
Brittany
is
knows all about it.
It is
I won't ruin it, don't
hilarious.
worry.
A couple of the ones that have just stood out. My cousin works for Kraft. My
The
cousin
mac and cheese company?
Yeah.
Okay.
My cousin brought this 25-pound bag of the Kraft cheese.
I heard about this from
The
Courtney.
dried cheese wrapped up.
Wait, dried cheese?
The actual macaroni cheese.
Oh
right?
my gosh! So it's like you don't spend $20 on a good present, like
You could.
But-
you could do whatever
but
you
it
want.
became kind of like
Yes.
see what crap you could buy for $20.
It was awesome because we kind of divvied it up, and it was awesome because you can mix it with noodles and you got your Kraft macaroni and cheese, right?
That is pretty fantastic.
My brother bought every Oreo made, all the different colors and flavors and everything like that, and that was one of the $20 gifts. I mean, they're fun. So like,
That's cool too.
and that
That's
makes
really
you
cool.
steal them, and
So do you steal after you unwrap?
So no. So what we do is, we pick numbers,
Yeah.
and
You do
obviously
the numbers.
the objective is to get the highest number because you want to see what everybody's got.
So you do unwrap.
So the first person goes on wraps, and now they have their gift. And a lot of
Got
times, my traditional line at this is, when they wrap, they open up a gift that nobody's gonna steal. Like, okay, well that one's a keeper. You don't have to worry about anybody taking that one, right? But so yeah, if there's 20 people, you want to be number 20 because you can look at everything. So there's no double stealing. Like if I
Okay.
take from you, and you take from Brittany, I can't.
Like someone can't steal from
I
the one that
can't
they
steal
got
back
from
from
it.
the guy.
I got it.
Yeah.
And we do it where you keep it wrapped.
Ooh.
So like that's why for some reason there's always like that one package that looks beautiful, but like it
Uh-huh.
ends up being like a used mitten or something. Like
We always know Ryan's gifts because they're wrapped they're just hellaciously wrapped.
is he like
Oh.
just crumple it up
Oh,
and
yeah.
like put the tape around there and call it a day?
And Carol's gifts are like they should be in the store.
Perfect.
Oh, Carol's
They're
gifts are
pristine.
just
So people pick them up and they're like, I'm gonna take this one because it looks nice. You're not gonna like
you are not, but please take.
it. And typically, we know which ones are ours, so we don't take our own.
For sure, yeah.
For sure. But
That's funny.
like we always have a Hooters calendar in there every year. And like when the kids were younger, that was, Ryan always ended up with the Hooters calendar because it was always in his room. So like he would always steal to get the Hooters calendar.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
We used to put like a sausage in there, the big sausage. Hilarious. Like it got to a point where it got to be a
Was
fight.
it wrapped to look like good?
No, oh yeah. It,
Like-
it looked exactly like what it was. And my grandmother-in-law was like hoarding. No, you're not taking this.
She
I'm not
wanted that
taking-
sausage.
I mean, yeah. She got PO'd to death when somebody yanked that sausage from her. It's like,
That is. You're
that's
taking
what-
this.
I'm like, it's Christmas time. I'm taking the sausage. She's like, you're taking this? No, you can't.
That is
it gets,
awesome.
Yeah, it gets pretty rambunctious.
We my grandma's starting a new tradition this year because now she has great grandchildren.
Uh-huh.
So now she is buying white elephants for all of the grandkids, the great grandkids, and her rule is you can't cry no matter what you get. So she's wrapping like a bunch of crap for these poor children, and
Nice.
like I love my second cousin so much, but he cries all the time, so I'm just waiting for that
Yeah.
like cry that's gonna come out because I know it'll happen. She's like, but the rule is you only get a present if you don't cry, and you can't cry after you open it. So
Nice.
Cookie's still creating traditions. So props to you, cooks.
That's good. That's good stuff. That's good.
That's great. Was that your other one?
That was it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love it. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was good.
I like it.
Some Christmas
Oh!
traditions. Like one. Oh,
The gift.
we have Christmas gifts.
So Brittany decided that we should open this awesome gift from Carol. Carol gave us
Speaking of wonderful wrapping,
right. It's pristine,
it is. I mean, it's measured out perfectly. Like
Right.
yes.
and there's
it's-
penguins on there.
Yeah, that's penguins are my favorite. I'm a
Oh.
I'm a penguin freak.
We know.
I love them.
I love being a penguin.
So Brittany said we should open this during.
Yeah,
our,
do it. Do
Want me to open
do I do.
Okay.
I do. Wonderfully wrapped. Oh my! It's a title talk gift.
It's
Look at
a
this
lights and sounds buzzer.
buzzer kit.
So that means they're like separate ones.
Oh, individual buzzers. Wonderful. We each.
I'm cute. No, that's mine.
Oh, come on. All right. You get that one too. That's definitely. I'll take the other two.
They're yours. I mean, it's pretty fitting for you right now.
Great. Great. So when we play Christmas, when we play any kind of game now, we've got our own buzzer noises.
Thank you, Carol.
That's awesome.
Or
Thank
when
you,
one
Carol.
of us starts going on tangents that we want to
Right,
save the entire
right.
universe from listening to.
Exactly. That's also known as the shut up button.
Oh, that is awesome. Thank you
Perfect.
so much. That is fantastic.
More Christmas traditions. That's outstanding.
Oh, it's
Fun to hear at the Inspired Title Title Talk Fun. Yes, that's great. Okay, moving on, I guess. Let's do what you do and you enjoying your positive vibe.
Okay, my positive vibes. All right, so the last couple weeks I've kind of I took some leave from Drew, and I really liked what he was doing with his motivation. So I decided to start with some positive vibes, and I'm going to give you today 4 more to add to that list, and then I'll finish it up next week. And
Nice.
yeah, so my first one for today is make independent decisions. I think it's very easy that people start directing you as what you should be doing. There's a difference between guiding and helping, and there's a difference between well, you could do that, but what you really should be doing is this. So I can't be serious with this thing deal bopping around me.
If you looked at this outfit, you could be serious with that, okay?
So make independent decisions based on your goals that you are setting for yourself. Like I said, don't be guided by what is happening around you or what people think you should be doing. Do what you want to do and set goals for yourselves. Be kind. I think this is something that people just need to hear more, do more, speak more,
Yep, for sure.
live more. Do not underestimate the impact of your written and spoken words. Think before you speak.
Mm-hmm.
Stand up for those who are being mistreated. Frequently check in with those people that you love and tell the people that you love them and why you love them. Most beautiful people are kind people. Of all things, you can be kind. So when in doubt, be kind. You never know what someone's going through, so err on the side of being kind. The next one I've been trying to do more is read often. There is so much knowledge out there of, news articles, medical studies, memoirs, good books. There is so much out there, and you gain so much from reading. I just feel the world is full of people who like speaking very loudly that don't necessarily always know what they're preaching or saying. So pick up a book and actually dive into it to learn a little bit more.
Yeah. For sure.
And my last one for today is you can do anything but not everything. You need to find balance in life. It's really easy to want to say yes to everything. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can be there. Yeah, I can do that. I can make that. You can't, because that's how stuff slips through the cracks. That's how you get overwhelmed with your life. You still have to worry about you. You still have to find that balance in your life that you can, I had this talk that now I'm a wife. I work in a business. I teach dance. I'm a daughter. There are so many things that I am, but I can't be it all at one time. So set goals for yourself that are obtainable, but not to the fact of, letting stuff slide through the cracks. So
Well done.
you can do anything, but not everything.
Oh, good for you. That's well done. Well said.
Thank you, sir.
That is obviously that last one is obviously something that we all work on here, and as the leader of this team and organization, that is something that is very hard to kind of separate and saying, hey, I want to do everything. I want to keep this thing going. I want to take that next opportunity, and it's very difficult. And I think that's a very good point that she makes to realize saying no is okay, and I think that's really important. So
Because I'm a firm believer that if these things are meant to come around again at a future date when you have time, they will.
Right.
Just because you say not right now doesn't mean, in a year and a half it won't be the perfect time.
Yeah,
So
for sure. Okay, we're moving on. I just wanted to see how it fits in. I didn't mean to hit that one because yours was really good. It really was more of that. It was yay, it's more self.
that's what yay was?
I don't know, you didn't give me a yay button. I got 2 negative buttons.
You want a yay?
No, it's too late. I've already negatived it. That's the one.
That's a yay button.
That's the one I wanted to hit, yes. Good job. So we're going to speak a little bit today about some inspiration and motivation, and this is the time of year where things are. A lot of people are going through a lot of things, and Amy touched on that in her little speak there as well. You don't know what people are going through, and the holidays bring out all of that stress and anxiety and things. So mine I titled "When You Want to Give Up" is what I kind of want to share with you guys here a little bit today. Speaking through and thinking through a lot of different opportunities and a lot of different situations and circumstances. We know the sun doesn't shine every day. The storms are going to come. There are going to be times when the nights will be long, dark, and you're going to be alone. There will be times when that darkness will consume everything. But I'm telling you, don't let it consume you. Sometimes you feel like you're barely making it. You're barely making any progress. And that tough situation is making you want to stop. And what you eventually learn is that you can stop. When you're going through tough situations, you have to take that next step. You got to keep moving forward. I know we're going through a pretty tough situation right now in a lot of different ways. Pandemic, the stress of the world and all of the things that are going on. But please take that next step. Keep moving forward. It's the only way to overcome the challenge that you face is starting to walk. Every day, get up. Take that step. Start walking. Even in the darkest times, even in our strongest storms, know that the darkness cannot overtake your light. The light that's inside of you. Your will, your determination, no matter what is happening, no matter how hard you fight, as long as you keep fighting, you're going to win. Only surrender is defeat. Only quitting means the end. Because the darkness only wins if we let it. Do not let the darkness win, people. Fight. To fight against your darkness is to win. Fight on. Don't give up. You're doing too much, thinking, analyzing, spending too much time wondering and pondering. You're talking yourself out of it. I tried it and it didn't work. I don't think this is going to work. I don't know if this is going to work. I just need you to keep moving. I need you to make up your mind that the only way you lose is if you quit. I need you to keep going. Don't allow the inner doubt in you to tell you why you're not good enough. Ignore that inner voice and all the external voices. Don't judge the possibilities for what you can do based upon the circumstance. The circumstances won't determine who you are. Doesn't matter how many mistakes you've made. It doesn't matter how much money you've lost. As a matter of fact, I see it as an investment in what you learn from life. I was once told, you don't stop when you're tired. You stop when you're done. This is where you start separating the successful from the unsuccessful. We don't give up or give in when life gets hard. We see the blessings inside of those hard times. We don't give up. We don't surrender. We don't quit. We see differently. Our perspective is different. And because our perspective is different, our outcomes are different. Our rewards are different. So now I dare you, get out there to use your imagination. I dare you, when things are at their darkest, their toughest, keep dreaming. Keep looking at that dream. Keep focusing on your dream. Keep going after your dream. Keep moving. Take the first steps, because that is where true success really comes. My motivational minute is about not giving up. My motivational minute is about digging deeper and finding yourself within yourself and not allowing those external voices to talk to you and prohibit you and prevent you from doing what you know you can do. So I know it's tough right now. I know the holidays bring on a lot of anxiety. I know the holidays bring on a lot of emotion. And I'm just recommending that you guys embrace and hug yourselves and realize that you're bigger than this and you're better than this, and that's not what's going to make you quit. So keep staying in there, and know that there's a million of us that want to walk alongside you. So there's my motivation and inspirational minutes for today. That's interesting fun. Yay! We got to use the button. The button was used. Wonderful. Whew, that took a lot out of me. Thank you for that.
You sweating?
And
Sweating in your
this
bowl?
wonderful little
Your
shawl, the shawl that I've been given to.
Well, do you want to
Explain why you
do you
got
want
it.
to show the audience why
So
that was really
the
a thing?
shawl is on because otherwise I'm transparent.
His green matches the screen,
I'm
so
transparent.
he has see-through
But
colors.
you know what? I think I'm going to be transparent for the rest of the show
Do it.
because that's what we
Do
are.
you need to unbutton a little bit?
We're transparent. No, that's my tie. Leave me alone. Don't be messing with the outfit. So
trying to help.
it
Don't
is
get-
it is a real pleasure to bring on our next guest, and it is obviously somebody that is near and dear to me, and our newest employee, and a person who I'm really excited to challenge and see what can be brought to this team and this company. How about a hand for our newest team member, Christopher Wishover?
We got all sorts of buttons going on.
There we go. All right, celebratory moment. So, Christopher comes to us with a pretty nice resume and background that really has been in leadership. And as you guys have heard us talking over the last few weeks, and actually months, I guess you could say, we are very, very big on leadership. We are very big on team and the team element. So, Christopher has led teams in a much larger setting than what this is. So I want to give you a few minutes to kind of talk about you a little bit, and your background, and maybe some of the exciting thoughts and ideas you have to bring to this fun organization.
Sure. So appreciate having a chance to come on Title Talk. And yeah, so I've spent many years, somewhere around 18, in the hospitality industry.
That was a long
Yeah.
God. That's a long
16 years old, starting out as a busboy, and worked my way up the ladder, corporate ladder, and got to have the chance to start running teams of upwards of 100 employees. So it's definitely a very different setting and environment here, but it's a challenge, one that I'm looking forward to, and I've already started to adjust my mindset of what I'm used to doing and now where I'm at. So I'm sure many people looking at me would be like, well, how do you go from hospitality to title insurance?
Right.
And again, it's getting out of that corporate world and being able to jump into something that is a challenge. It is something that I now have a daughter, and having more of that work-life balance was something that was very important to me.
Makes
So
total sense, yeah.
this was definitely an opportunity that allowed for me to make that change and be able to do that and spend that extra time with both my wife and my daughter, who is 9 months old today. So we
Happy 9 months, Shay.
Yep. We got the 9 months in, 9 months out with mom picture.
Cute.
And yeah, I think that I've dabbled a little bit within the industry over the past decade and a half. Maybe having a couple weeks or days of support here and there. So I knew a little bit, but this was definitely I think a good career change, and something that I'm really excited to be able to take advantage of the environment that this company has, the team that is already built and established here, and be able to help grow that through my customer service background and knowing that I am a client first person, really emphasizing that to the current client base and in order to adopt and grow and bring in some more clients.
And that's huge. It's a lot of what we, base everything we talk about on, putting the clients first.
Yeah, and I think that is a real asset, because when you think about, you can't teach personality, and it's either people have a personality to be around people, in front of people, and comfortable talking with people, to then be the other side where they're a little more shy and reserved, and those
For
are
sure.
those are harder people to get into a sales piece.
Yeah, mold into that
And,
part of the business.
and really what we continue to talk about as our team, and as what we are, being very community driven, very people driven. I mean, inspired people, inspired community, inspired results. I mean, that's who we are. Knowing that you have that friendly face that you are going to see at a closing, and you've spoken to them on the phone, and you've built a little rapport. That's kind of that customer relations that we're trying to kind of develop, and hope to grow into the new year. You've already utilized a few of your contacts to kind of build kind of some stepping stones for next year into some new conversations and some new opportunities. Any goals for next year for yourself with regard to?
Do you like sales? Like, is it something that, because you probably didn't have to do it much at your other job. Like, is it something that interests you or excites you or you like doing? Stop looking at my moving star. I know it's very distracting.
You can look at my transparent shirt.
There we go. Now we're ready for the holidays.
There we go, Elf.
So to truth be honest, sales 100% was the one thing that I always wanted to avoid.
Really?
I never had an interest in sales, but when I thought about the application of sales and how it would apply to this role and this company, I knew that my network of people that I've known throughout the years, from high school, from college, from other work, that this was kind of a really good spot for me to be able to capitalize on that network. Where in a lot of other industries, sales would be very difficult to maybe capture that audience and network. So it was definitely a much easier fit, I think, for this.
Okay.
And it's gone even better than I could have imagined
Well,
to this point, and I'm hoping to just continue building on that train and let it keep rolling.
and I think that's a personality thing.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I think of, like, people who are really good, and I don't even know if this is sales, it's more like it's selling a company, not selling a product per se.
Sure.
And I think that because of your personality and because how you, speak to people and communicate with people, that's why it's kind of a really cool fit.
Well, that's what makes, what we do with being title insurance, it's an enigma. What are you selling?
It's not a fridge, it's not a car. Like, you can't actually say, would you like this? Like, it's a weird
Yeah,
thing.
it's not a tangible item, and what people.
We're selling ourselves, we're selling our
Right.
company, we're selling
And that's
our
exactly
leads.
it.
Right.
People are like, come on, use us, and utilize our title company. Most of the industry, most of the people know that it's a necessary evil. It's something that is
You don't want-
handled.
Right.
The attorneys do it, realtors do it, whatever. So now that's the purpose of why we do this show, is to educate some folks some more. And when they go to buying and sell their home, they can kind of engage with us to potentially, let us help you and facilitate, because you've gotten to know us through the years.
And I think that's something that I've started to pick up on a little bit is within this industry, and specifically for what we do, it goes back to that kind of old mentality that your word is your bond.
Right.
And if you follow through on your word and you stand by it, those relationships will carry you through for a long time.
Sure.
And
100%.
that's something that I pride myself on, is to say, hey, I want to make sure that we establish a really strong business relationship with Joe Public, and that they're getting the quality of service that they want and they need.
For sure.
And at the same time, one hand shakes the other and vice versa.
Yep.
So we can kind of work through this together.
Right.
I think the biggest challenge that I have endured so far is being that client and customer first mentality. In hospitality, it's very quick. You get one chance at that first impression.
Right.
In this setting,
You have months of
right,
trying to.
you've got at minimum days, sometimes months, in crazy situations, maybe a year. So that first impression takes a much longer road than it does in a restaurant, in a bar setting.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's trying to adjust my mentality of I want to win that person over quickly, but I also know that if there is a slight misstep, I have time to recover
To nurture
much
that
more
relationship.
easily.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that's it. I mean, Chris. So Christopher's role here with the company, as well as sales, his responsibilities are day in day out with regard to the closing team and really facilitating and organizing that process so that it is a smooth transition. So Amy, Brittany, they handle the title piece, and that's the start of where the process begins. You're buying or selling your home. The
Refinancing.
title department, exactly. The
Sorry.
title department begins that process. From there, they pass it along to the closing department to start to gather figures and contact lenders and handle all the things that are necessary to gather the information that was reported to them by Brittany and Amy as the title team, and the communication and coordination between the attorneys and lenders. I mean, if that is not the number one and most important thing that we've heard this year, I don't think there's been anything that is even a close second.
Right.
And Christopher knows that from the hospitality world, that you need to communicate any kind of issues and problems in a restaurant setting, in a setting where there's food being distributed. We're out of this. We don't have this anymore. So, and talk a little bit about the difference between a lot of people being in leadership versus a littler company. I mean, the management style doesn't necessarily change drastically, but talk a little bit about the experience and differences of that.
Yeah, so that big setting, like I said, if you've got, coming from an area where I had 90, 100 plus employees, a lot of the direction that's given was less so on an individual basis. It was more in that larger group or team setting, and obviously we are a team here, but it is a much smaller team. So it is much more personalized and individualized in this environment. So in a situation where there's an issue that comes up, it's not oh, it could have been this person or it could have been that person. You know who it is. You know where that issue lies, but you also can much more easily address it, and you're going to have some friction, which is good sometimes because it helps you grow that relationship, and you start to understand and learn much more closely each other's strengths and weaknesses, so that you can capitalize on what you do well, and maybe this person doesn't. You kind of backfill each other continuously, so that that process continues to remain smooth as the whole of a closing happens. In that larger environment with 100 employees, it is very different, where you're just addressing the mass.
Correct.
To say, hey, this is what the goal is for all of us. This is what needs to be done. Yes, everybody has their individual assignments, but it's all pretty common. You know what the expectation is.
Right, the common goal.
It's right. It's pretty much the same thing day in and day out.
Right.
Where in this, it's not the same thing.
No.
No one property is the same.
No.
No one attorney, lender, they are not all the same.
That's true.
It is very different. And as we said earlier, I mean, you might have one deal that takes 72 hours. You might have another one that takes 1,000 days.
Right.
You just
Yeah.
never know.
Correct.
And I think that speaking to kind of what we are modeling ourselves after and what we're trying to accomplish by adding new team members is the streamlining the process and the accountability of the individuals versus a group setting where there's a lot of people all after one common goal. We're more individually responsible for what our job is, what our tasks are, and if those tasks are well known, the process then is well known, and the result is easier to get to. And you know, adding people of the ilk of Christopher with regard to understanding end goals, processes and procedures, and then even how to help streamline, organize, and adapt to different personalities has been really great. I'm really looking forward to what next year can bring, and you know, your growth process and seeing some of the opportunities that you're able to bring to the community and to our customers and clients, as well as even working with some of these new folks that you're bringing into the mix, because you know, these are going to be people that are going to be directly reporting and relating to you as the individual who drove the business. So much so that, you know, a lot of the context to the point of what we have now are clients that I've developed relationships with. It's very nice to see clients coming in from other relationships. That's exciting to me, because that allows me the ability to do some things and grow in other aspects of it as well. So I mean, that's really exciting for me as a, you know, as the owner of this company and leader in watching, you know, you guys kind of grow and lead as well. It's pretty exciting. So
and one of the things that you talked about with, you know, processes, that's been definitely for me, coming from that bigger environment,
right.
That corporate America, everything is very structured.
Yep.
Right? In a smaller company like this, you still have processes and you still have structure, but there's a different level of, I guess, leniency that comes into play, and forgiveness that needs to happen and be massaged, that you don't get in corporate America, because it is it's A to B to C until you get all the way to Z, and everybody knows what that is, and where again, this is very ever changing, and it's been a lot of challenges for me to adapt my mentality to, but it's something that has started to open my eyes to, okay, now I'm seeing things in a different lens, and it's allowing me to internally grow as well.
That's great.
Well,
It's a good observation.
I think that's great. So I again, we encourage you guys to, you know, get to know Christopher. He's obviously going to be somebody who is going to probably contact you in the business world. He's going to reach out. One of our 2022 reach outs and goals is exactly that, is kind of rekindling some relationships with some of the old clients and old customers, and I think he's a real good person to lead that campaign. So we're looking forward to getting back with some of the folks that we've kind of lost touch with, because just life has gotten in the way, and COVID's gotten in the way, and business has changed in its entirety, and you know, that's kind of, we're going to talk a little bit about that in our next week's final year wrap up, about, you know, things that we've done to change and adapt to what 2021 was, and we're going to do the same in 22. We're going to have to adapt to whatever that brings, and
Can't believe
being
it's
a
been a
smaller
year.
company, we're able to do that.
It's crazy.
What did Brittany say?
I can't believe it's been a year.
No, I know,
You've been
right?
here like a year,
I mean,
like on the
you've
dot.
been
It'll
here
be
for
I just said to Chris it last week, or was it yesterday?
Yeah.
It was my interview day. I was like, you know, people post their dogs, like, happy I
Yeah.
got you day. I was like, you guys got me.
yeah, I'll never forget that. So, that's the ambulance taking me to the hospital. So really, it is a pleasure to not only have, you know, my son working in part of the team, but watching him grow and watching him evolve into something that, again, nobody knows anything about. You know, you sit there and go, "What do you do?" I'm a closer for a title company, and they go, "Oh, yeah, it's not sexy."
Good talk.
No, it's not. Yeah, I mean, that conversation is over in 8 seconds, and then you move on to where's the bar, and you know, unfortunately, you know, we can have that conversation into successes and how you brought successes and wins to the business, and those are the conversations that I'm really looking forward to having with you, and you having with your peer group and things as well. So, what has it been now? It's been 3 months. Yeah. So 3
My
months
gosh.
is part of the team
This
already.
freaking year, man.
And he's, we're talking about growing out in the Indiana market a little bit more next year, and I think there's going to be a big component of that. I think that it's something that I'd like to see happen. It's something that I'm going to spend a little more time on as well with him. So definitely remember we are definitely licensed and able to do business in the state of Illinois, and who knows, maybe that'll increase to more states next year. We'll see. But
I quit.
no, thanks so much for taking a few minutes out of your day as we wind down the year to share some of your stories with us. Appreciate that. And now get your butt back to work.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much,
Thanks, kid.
friend.
Thank you.
This is supposed to light up.
Wow, look at that. You had lights and you didn't even know.
I'm trying. I'm really jealous of you guys
Right.
and your
And you know what I'm jealous about is he walks away, he takes off his Christmas hat, and it doesn't ruffle anything because he's bald underneath there. It drives me insane. I'm gonna take this hat off.
Was
and
that
I'm
a
gonna-
compliment or a low blow?
No, it's a compliment. It's like I was bald for many years.
A twofer.
Yeah, no, it's however you want to take it. Why do you have to take a negative? That's not nice. I am gonna be way too button savvy and happy. Are you gonna just keep playing with that until it lights?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we don't have that much time. Let's move on to the 2-hour difference. The birthday, the Christmas, the holiday gift.
Speaking of reading more, everybody, if you have not picked, that was one of my
That's good.
one of my goals
It
I
was very good.
give today. So, if you have not picked up the 2-hour difference yet, it is your turn to do so. Do some reading and improve yourself. There you go. Now you can go.
Oh, wait. Well,
Don't say I'm not committed.
Christmas gifts. Bring it. Give it. That's a great one. It should be in everybody's grab bag. It's not a gag gift. It's a real gift. It's the gift that keeps on giving. You can read it more and more and more. Because each time you read it, you'll probably pick up something a little bit more.
I think I got more the second time than
No doubt. No
I
doubt.
read it
I
first.
wrote it with the intent to help guide and direct some people to teaching some life lessons and how to utilize a sport, and I chose baseball, to teach kids how to become great young adults and what the future can hold and what it looks like and some of the obstacles they may face. So I tackle a lot of different opportunities in there, and I encourage you to read it. And that is The 2-Hour Difference, written by yours truly, the guy with the ugly sweater on.
It's not
Moving
that
on
ugly.
to our next topic. This is all you, kid.
All right, ITG Gives Back. I will start out with our Homes for Heroes. Please do not forget that we are affiliated with Homes for Heroes directly. So that means if you are a hero, which a lot of you are, if you're teachers, policemen, firefighters, paramedics, you are heroes. So when you close your next real estate transaction, please keep Inspired Title in mind, because we will do everything in our power to get you as much money back as possible, because you deserve every penny of it. We are also doing Feed My Starving Children in a couple weeks.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. It's going to be fun. We have our coat drive that Ryan is going to be delivering
Yeah.
the next couple days.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can at least get a picture and let you know where all of our great donations that people brought in came,
Yes.
and where it went to. And then hopefully my goal is that next week we have some kind of idea of what next year is going to bring. Because we're going to spend a lot of our time next week talking about the changes in Title Talk and what we're going to be doing differently in 2022 to bring to you guys. Don't want to give too much information, but hopefully we have some ideas of our bigger events that are happening next year to kind of get you guys excited and get you on board and get
A
you
little
involved.
different format.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit different topics, conversations. I think, we're going to really try to bring some more value and raise the bar a little bit, because I think there's a lot of value in what we're doing. I think that there's a lot more value that we could be sharing
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely.
And you know what? Knowledge is growth, and growth is knowledge. And I think we all believe in every one of that, every one of those things. The gives back piece, I think we'll have some more structure with
Yes.
regard to the different organizations that we're going to really try to partner up with, and the different opportunities we're going to try to tackle. So that
It's gonna, look forward to 2022.
You're in review wrap up
I
next
am.
week.
Yeah, we are. We are
Yeah,
going to.
It'll be fun. So.
It'll be fantastic.
What is the date of our give back? The Feed My Starving Children. You guys
It's either
remember?
the
Move
8th,
your head really quick.
8th
My
or the
head.
6th or the
January 7th.
7th.
January 7th.
I said the 8th or the 6th, and it was
Thank
the
you very
7th.
much.
I at least was able to surround that completely.
Yes,
Just
perfect.
like
January the 7th, ITG will be giving back. We'll be
I
out
love
there in
it.
the community. So
It's one of the. I'm so
such a
excited
big
about
thing,
it. It's gonna be
such
awesome.
a big thing. So let's take them home, kid, before the holiday.
All right, my quote that I'm going to give to you today is Christmas gift suggestions. To your enemy, forgiveness. To an opponent, tolerance. To a friend, your heart. To a customer, service. To all, charity. To every child, a good example. To yourself, respect.
That's outstanding.
Or an Arnold.
That's outstanding.
It was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I like that one.
outstanding. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Like,
We are
thank
so
you, Carol.
button happy. Okay, so mine again is gratitude, which is a really great word. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. Gratitude turns what we have into enough.
And it works more than November and December, right? Like
It
you can
really-
use gratitude for the other 10 months out of the year too,
We really
right?
should. We really should.
That's what I'm gonna try to spend more time in my
Mm-hmm.
2022 doing. So thank you for bringing that up.
So, folks, the team here at Inspired Title Group wants to wish you and your families a very happy holiday, a Merry Christmas. Please, please, please stay safe.
Stay healthy.
Stay healthy. Enjoy the time with your family and friends. Share, enjoy, embrace, tell a great story, tell somebody you love them.
Start a new tradition.
Right. Start a new tradition. Keep fighting. Don't give up. Take those next steps. We're here for you guys in so many ways. We can answer questions about title. We can bounce off some different ideas if you guys want some leadership and some mentorship. Happy to do some of those things with you guys as well. We are definitely the title company that cares. There's no doubt about that. Please enjoy this holiday, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week for our final wrap-up show of 2021. So until then, my name is Drew.
And my name is Amy.
We are Inspired Title Group. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with us today. Take care. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Cheers, everybody.
Well, there you have it. That is it for this week's edition of Title Talk. Be sure to head over to our Inspired YouTube page and subscribe and like. And make sure you follow the team on Instagram and Facebook. Join us again next time for more tips and knowledge from the industry pros. Thanks again for listening.